Ahmad Rashad back at Reunion Arena here in Dallas. And last week, Madison Square Garden Network had a tip and announcer luncheon benefiting the Leukemia Society, and they had celebrity waiters, and the head waiter was our very own Marv Albert, who did a very fine job. That's kind of the way he serves me when I go over his house for dinner. Marv, as you can see, putting the tips right in his pocket.
Complaining already. It was slow. This is very annoying.
The last, well, you see Mark put the tip right in his pocket, but he does have a newfound respect for waiters everywhere, and it was a very good event. It earned over $20,000 for the Leukemia Society. Mark?
Thank you, Ahmad. It was a wonderful experience for a great cause, but Matt, I've suggested that if they run this next year, they go buffet style.
I don't think I've ever seen you quite so frazzled and out of sorts.
I was not the head waiter, I should point out. John Andres, my color commentating partner, was the maitre d'. Charlie Ward called for the foul, and Scott Brooks to the line as Dallas goes to the line for the very first time this first half. They now lead 37-32.
Scott Brooks, a former backup point guard for the world champion Houston Rockets a couple of years ago, and a somewhat of a controversial trade in the middle of last year coming over to Dallas. He kind of found out about it at halftime right before the trade deadline, and he was quite upset about leaving the Houston Rockets and would have gotten himself that second championship ring.
Yes, former Rocket, former Timberwolves, a one-time member of the 76ers. And scrapping for the ball was Ward. Was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Ward. The Knicks 2 of 7 from the field here in the second quarter. Mavericks 4 of 8. 5-point Dallas lead. They've led most of the way, and they have led by as many as 9. Brooks and Harris in the backcourt. Parks, Wood, and Jones up front. Cherokee Parks. The save, but handled by Anderson. Nice hustle by Popeye. Look out. Brooks nearly picked it off and took a shot in the nose. Starks for 3. Yes. From downtown. 37-5. Brooks gives it right back. Harris for 3. And Patrick Ewing on the rebound.
On the last couple of three-pointers that we've seen at least have come with some kind of penetration to the inside and then the kick out, rather than just hoisting that quick 3 and not making the defense work.
Dallas Mavericks have the Knicks playing just the way they had it planned. Knicks rushing shots. Knicks not a good transition team. Firing it up. They're playing what the Mavericks want them to play. And a foul is called. Ewing was hit.
Well, this is the kind of relentless effort that Popeye Jones will give you on the offensive glass. He had more offensive rebounds last season than any player in the NBA. He'll probably get one there. Actually saved the ball to the New York Knicks. Here's Starks in rhythm, lining up that 3 off the penetration by Willie Anderson, and that is a much better percentage shot for John Starks.
Dallas foul called on Parks. Harper is back. So Harper and Starks in the backcourt. Ewing does not have the shot. Now backs his way, and it was hit. Foul committed by Jones. Popeye Jones, who made it back from tendonitis in his right knee and missed 14 games, returned against Minnesota. Now they say 3-second violation. Knicks not happy about that call as the Mavericks get it back. We're just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Dallas with the ball, and they lead by 2 points. Here's Jones. And back comes Harper. Starks try to put moves on Harris and then goes cross court. Mason posting up. Kidd went flying. Starks for 3. And Williams with the rebound.
Oh, Patrick Ewing cutting down the lane, and Kidd tried to get in his way, just throw him out of bounds.
Screen and roll for Popeye Jones is called for the offensive foul. Made contact with a stationary Patrick Ewing.
I think it was a good call, too, because Popeye was out of control. He had his mind made up on this, had his head down. I don't think he ever saw Patrick Ewing until he banged into him. Popeye's still unhappy about it. 310 pounds as a freshman at Murray State.
Down to a svelte 245, 6'8". In his third NBA season, originally drafted by Houston, but played in Europe before joining the NBA. Patrick Ewing. Ewing with 10, and the game is tied at 37. 3.5 remaining in this first half. Coming up at halftime, Hannah Storm back at our studios. Halftime including a talk with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson on the subject of the volatile Dennis Rodman. That is coming up at the half. Ewing putting the moves on Williams, and a foul is called. Lorenzo Williams has been going as the starting center the past 2 years for Dallas at about 6'9", 210 pounds. He is in his 4th year out of Stetson, and he has certainly made the rounds. Played at Charlotte, Orlando, Boston, Dallas in the NBA, plus the CBA, the USBL, the Global Basketball Association, public school 225 in Brooklyn.
Well, shows you what persistence will do, and he has kind of found a home here the last couple of years. He rebounds well, will block a shot now and then, does not give them much offensively, but obviously every game he is out-muscled and outsized. This college coach, Glenn Wilkes at Stetson, former college coach, very, very proud that Lorenzo has toughed it out to make it in the NBA.
Missed 17 games earlier this season due to a broken orbit above his left eye, but been able to come back. Knicks and Mavericks tied at 37. Hopper doing a nice job against Kidd.
Now, when you're guarding Jason Kidd, your main objective is keep him from penetrating to the rim. Make him shoot the outside shot. But Jason Kidd has so many ways to beat you.
Timeout taken. We'll be back.